Now here's a band that I've been waiting to get to for some time, Alter Bridge. You've probably never heard of these guys, but I can explain it a little bit. Alter Bridge, formed in 2004 by Miles Kennedy, the singer and rhythm guitarist. There, he founded the band along with Mark Tremonti as the guitarist, or the main guitarist, Brian Marshall as the bass player, and drummer Scott Phillips. The the three the three of which were once members of the band Creed. In fact, they formed in January, just a few months before Creed sort of broke up. But that was like before Creed released their last album in 2009, which I think was called The Full Circle, if I'm not mistaken. But this is their debut album, One Day Remains. It's actually written on here twice. There's a cutoff. Released in August of 2004 through Wind Up Records, which was pretty much the same record label that had Creed, as well as Evanescence, and some other artists. One thing worth mentioning is that this is the only album of theirs not to be produced by Michael Baskets, or Baskette. I think that's how you say his name. It was done by Ben Gross, who also did production art for other groups like Breaking Benjamin, Filter, Disturbed, some other ones that I can't remember. But let's take a look at this album. So here's the cover art. It's underneath a bridge, hence the name Alter Bridge. One Day Remains. I got this at the Exchange. I remember posting this on Twitter. But much like all the other Wind Up Records, much like the other Wind Up Record albums, this is a post-grunge alternative rock type album, so it's something you would expect from Wind Up Records. So if this sounds like Creed, you'll probably understand why. And also because the other three were members of Creed. So 3 singles were released from this album: Find the Real, Open Your Eyes, and Broken Wings. With, I think, Open Your Eyes coming out before the album release, because Open Your Eyes came out in June of like 2004. This came out in August of 2004, so like 2 months. The other ones were released in later years. My personal favorite track is the title track, One Day Remains. It just sounds so good, and it's one I like to listen to often. Open Your Eyes is probably my favorite single off this album. Burn It Down, Metalingus. Although this song was not released as a single, you probably have heard Metalingus. To any WWE fan out there, this theme, or at least a remixed version, was used as the theme for Edge. Broken Wings, that one's alright. In Loving Memory, this one is kind of like a ballad, because it was written about Mark Tremonti's mother, Mary Elizabeth Tremonti, who died 2 years prior to this album. It's a sad story. And oh, I just accidentally knocked it over. Here's the other part of the spine. Okay, so we'll open this up. I'm not entirely sure what pressing I have, because this one has there's nothing here, but I think on other versions there is. There's the backtrack card. You got the members. You can see Alter Bridge. You got Mark Tremonti, Scott Phillips, Brian Marshall, and Miles Kennedy. Miles Kennedy was part of another group called the Mayfield Four, but I didn't really research enough of that for this video, so unfortunately I don't really remember much. So what you will note is that this is a fold out. It's folds out into like a poster ish. Got all the lyrics here. Maybe a bit blurry because I don't have it like close to me. There's all the lyrics here. The end is here. Huh. I wonder if, was that? Yeah, that was a track on there. Of course, I would know that. It's got the thanks there. Let me try and fold this out a little more, because it's kind of a little hard for me to fold this out, because it's like a poster fold out. So there we have, I'm not sure why this is a part of it, but it's like a building, and on the left side it's Terrorized, and on the right side it's Normal. There's the track listings, or not the track listings, the credits, like who worked on the album, and there's the front cover. I'll try my best to show the poster here, but I'm not going to be able to successfully show it. So basically, we have the name of the group there, and it's pretty much just the front cover, but it's like been expanded a bit to show more. It's kind of hard for me to let me take this off the thing, but basically, it's basically what it is. It's just you got the name of the band, and it's even got the lyrics to the song, so that's pretty cool. So overall, this is a really, really amazing post-grunge album. So open your eyes someday and pick this up while you can. You'll be happy from start to finish. It's probably not for everybody, especially for the people that have listened to Creed and are now getting into this band because the other members, except for Scott Stapp or Scott Stopp, whatever, however you say Stapp, or however you say that, but you got to open your eyes and find the real deal. And this is definitely the real deal. So, hope you guys enjoyed. That's all I got to say. Have a good night, my Ohioans.